All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a bonus episode of the Walrus and Comic Sports Podcast. We are about to watch live the Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat WrestleMania 3 from March 29th, 1987. And it's going to be a great match. It's rated one of the best matches of all time. And we're going to start off with Macho Man's promo, which I think Ricky the Dragon did one a few back. This is a response. Ooh, the Silver Dome.
Cocaine on the drug. Rick James say that.
What do you think about the way he talks during this? Like the raspiness. Do you like that?
Like, I think it's a good ridiculous. I think it sells.
But this is what got him the Slim Jim thing, though, right?
Oh yeah.
I wish I
snap into Slim Jim.
Yeah. Dude, look at how many people were at the Silver Dome.
Well, because I was gonna say until you. Didn't quit talking. More than 93,000 fans packed the Pontiac Silver Dome.
Was that 93? I was about to look that up.
Yes, it was.
Oh. Can you imagine performing in front of 93,000 people?
Oh, he will one day.
That's right. Oh, I thought we were going to play in the background.
Nah.
Oh, man. That's George Animal Steel, right?
Yeah. He was ridiculous. Yes, Animal.
Ricky the Dragon. He
apparently, so I was looking him up, was actually a really great wrestler. They just sold this gimmick.
George Animal Steel, yeah. He's one of he's a legend, yeah.
And they sold him as a simpleton.
Yeah.
Which
didn't they send Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to learn how to breathe fire? Wasn't that something that I've heard of?
I feel like I've heard that. I don't know if it's a myth.
Because he does this thing where he does breathe fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Man. He's the dragon!
Hey, we missed the Macho Man's entrance? Or did we watch that?
We missed it.
Oh, man. Well, I miss Elizabeth. I went back and watched the Dark Side of the Ring. Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth one. Man, let me tell you. Really good.
Just everything about him looks fried on cocaine. His hair, everything.
They were talking about, like, in that documentary how, like, controlling Macho Man was because he was afraid that Miss Elizabeth was going to leave him and stuff.
Probably. Look at his inside.
He's a goober.
He's on cocaine all the time.
She's probably like, God dang, I don't like him. But what am I going to do here?
Like Ron in that other episode, he's going to put his coat sheet rock.
I hate him, but what am I going to do here?
Ooh, the lockup. I miss the ceremonial beginning lockup they used to do. Like the test of strength type thing. Little hip drag there. Ricky the Dragon looking at him. Dude, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat still looks like he could beat someone up to this day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he was genetically enhanced.
You know who doesn't like he beat somebody up this day?
Ric Flair?
Oh, rip.
Skeletor, probably.
Sad.
Crude. Grass.
Dude, look at the hair on George Animal Steel's back.
Gross.
What's the Adams family?
Him and A-Train would have been good.
Yes!
The tag team, him and A-Train.
What's the Adams family person? Is it Fester? Did you
say Adams Family?
Adams Family.
Adams Family.
Adams Family.
Uncle Fester was the bald one.
Is he the one that looks like George Animal?
Yeah, he looks like Uncle Fester.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were going for that or Cousin X on the hair.
No. It's like It and Uncle Fester had a baby. George Animal Steel.
Macho Man's getting angry.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like him.
And some people can't help back hair.
I didn't like him as a heel as much. Macho Man.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people. He had that.
He was a good heel.
He was kind of like the Stone Cold of that generation, right? Like, he was a heel, but the fans loved him. That's what they talk about in the Dark Side of the Ring. They said that, like, his best work came as a heel, but they couldn't make the fans actually really, like, they hated him so much, they started to love him. Is what, like, they say throughout this whole WWE run he had.
He's got the same kind of hair I got, just thin and wiry.
Are you also on cocaine? And first off, WWF, you mean?
Well,
World
you know, like they said,
you can't see the ring, buddy.
You don't know how to read?
I'm surprised they don't blur it out.
Yeah, I'm surprised they used to.
They used to do that.
They used to butter it out. Who cares about the World Wildlife Foundation? Who gives a shit?
How wild is it that Vince McMahon lost to him?
You know how they should have. You know how they should have handled that lawsuit.
I mean, he lost to animals. So
you know how they should have handled that lawsuit. Took to the streets and said, "What is the WWF?" And just poll 1 million people. What's the WWF?
Yeah. Definitely.
And the winner gets it. The winner gets it. And guess who would have won?
WWF.
Who's WWF? That's that wrestling TV show.
So you're telling me Vince McMahon can get away with killing someone, but can't beat a wildlife foundation?
I'm trying to tell me.
That's what I'm trying
to
say.
He can drop a man from a ceiling and just be like, ah!
Well, during that time, the WWF they were having a lot of issues too with like the whole steroid usage.
Yeah, they were already in trouble, and
the
they
courts
got hit.
were all against them.
Yeah.
What's happening? You know, Mr. Krabs sitting at his desk. And
yeah.
Look at the psychology.
Is there any better character to Vince McMahon than Mr. Krabs?
Nope.
Look at the psychology in this match is really good. Right?
Vince McMahon is Mr. Krabs.
Then.
Huh?
Vince McMahon is Mr. Krabs.
That's true. Did you see
Randy Orton? I care about their parents.
Randy Orton was talking about he wants to wrestle till he's 50. He just turned 40.
Ridiculous.
And he said that that his wrestling style allows him to do it
because he doesn't do anything.
But he's worried that all these NXT stars, like all the high spots, they're doing just for the sake of high spots.
That's why he's so angry about it. You're gonna make me retire.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think the referees went from just standard blue shirt to soccer goalie thing? The soccer referee.
I think this is a Vince McMahon move.
And you think he should like it better?
I think he wanted to get it away from the way the boxing referees look.
That's what I was wondering if it was like trying to get away from the tradition of
it. This is what combat sports referees look like.
Yeah.
Don't you want to look like a combat sport?
No, he's more worried.
No, he wanted to be entertainment aspect. Yeah.
You can't say that.
Oh.
We're going to have to restart the whole thing because of you.
I whispered it. Nobody heard.
What he said was...
Oh!
I don't want Ron to yell at me.
Yeah, please don't. Look at that. George the Animal Steel just being so animated. Was George the Animal Steel the guy... Who was the guy who used to put the fork in people's forehead? Was that Abdullah the Butcher?
I think so.
George the Animal Steel was the guy who ate the turnbuckle, right?
Yeah.
Yes! Look at that. Man.
Yes, when wrestling meant something. Before it came all about looks.
Dude, I think Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was probably like my dad's favorite wrestler, I think. He always told
him and Ric Flair, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one alive
wanted to go to top space.
Well, look, I mean, all right. So look at Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's body here. It doesn't actually look steroid enhanced. That's a normal body type for someone who lifts weights, right?
Same for Macho Man.
Yeah, Macho's isn't overly done.
No, it's not. I think he injected a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. They say human growth hormone will make you 30% stronger, I believe.
Somebody like John Cena's juiced.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell John Cena's juiced up. The Rock is juiced up. He wasn't juiced. Like, if you look at him in 2001, he's a tiny guy. But he's an actor.
But have you seen The Rock's workout schedule, man? Like, you can actually pull it up. Like
he travels for films with like $1 million gym.
He's juiced, man.
Yeah. Also, you know who else looks juiced out of mine? Ric Flair.
Well, he was at one point.
Still is.
What? No.
Yeah, 100%. Too. Oh, I definitely believe that. Look at George.
Brock Lesnar's juiced and UFC allowed it to make money.
Yeah. But they don't freak out about
John Jones
and cocaine, yeah.
And pay him $500,000.
One of the greatest of all time, they're going to lose him.
And you let Bret
Michaels?
Yep.
Bret Lesnar?
You let Brock Lesnar be on steroids, and you pay him all this money, and John Jones, the greatest of all time, who can beat the brakes off of Brock Lesnar, makes $500,000.
That's the greatest of all time.
I would just like to point that out
between him and Norman Madoff. Greatest of all time, I don't know between him and Norman.
Don't you mean GSP?
No.
I said that. I said that because I know his disdain toward him.
That's not disdain. A lot of people just give him too much credit.
What about BJ Penn?
I think Norman Madoff.
BJ Penn went 4 years without ever being taken down.
Yeah, he was.
What about BJ Novak?
He was he was like I feel
What about
like
Dan Henderson?
I feel like he was like
All
DC.
American.
He was in a time where there was not many going on, so he got pushed to the moon because he looked a lot better fighting
Ronda
scrubs.
What? But still, though, like
Ronda
4
Rousey,
years without being taken down.
Ronda
The
Rousey.
third floor. God dang.
Ronda Rousey, DC. You get some of these fighters who
They
just
come
fight
at
scrubs.
a bad time and they look good.
Well, so here you go. We're talking about that.
And then she gets put in a cage against
What
Amanda Nunes.
can you
and
say?
almost kills her.
What can you say about Khabib now, though? Like he's great, right?
He's beat all the greatest.
But all of these people
He's
are
the
like,
greatest people.
yeah, but were they all in their prime at this
He'll
time?
never
Yes.
beat McGregor.
What?
He'll
Was
never
he
beat
in
McGregor.
McGregor's prime when he fought? What?
I don't know.
Are you talking
I think
about?
McGregor was a little over the hill, which is why he retired.
He just fought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he retired. You can still fight beyond your hill.
He just fought and won. And like, how
He was
long did it take him to knock him out?
And he was at his top streak. He was the best fighter at the time. That's why
He
he
was-
paired him.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he was
now,
the double
but
champion
now,
during
think of
that
this.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all are getting on me. I get it. But think of this now. We're going into a time period where UFC is losing all their great people. So Khabib's going to be there, and there's no one good who's going to be there. So his legacy will go down because there isn't as great competition.
No, he's 28-0 with great people in the league right
Yeah,
now.
he
Yeah, but
beat
his next
he beat
his
Ally
next
Quintus.
20,
He
yeah,
beat,
but his next 20
Anthony
fights
Pettis.
will be
He
people who are
beat-
no names.
And you say,
but he already has the greats on his record. He
all these
already beat him.
but all these other people had greats on their record except Ronda Rousey, who started the women's division essentially.
And-
But none of his best on his record were in their 40s.
Yeah,
DC
like a
had
lot of
people
them.
in their 40s.
Yeah, but before that, like
And
when
you
you talk
say-
about Anderson Silva, GSP, those guys fought other greats
Anderson
in their
Silva's
prime.
one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva's one of the greatest.
Yeah.
It
And
was the
you
same
say,
time period as GSP, who was also dominant. During
He
that
lost
time period.
fights.
Yeah, but he was still majority
Nurmagomedov
dominant.
haven't lost a fight.
And
He's
he's-
only lost one round. He's 28-0. He's lost
Yeah.
a round.
But
And
now
you
his
say
next 20
his
fights.
next fights, everybody's going to be retired. His 28-0 while all the greats were in their prime. So even if they leave,
So he should really retire right now
I think
as the best of all time.
you're missing what I'm saying.
I think you're missing what I'm saying.
And I'll put it to you again. In 28 fights, he's lost a round.
Yeah, I get that.
A round.
I get that. But what about his next?
What
20?
other fighters don't lose? Not even he doesn't even lose rounds.
I know. BJ Penn didn't lose a lot of rounds during his time.
also,
Was it more than one
I mean, I don't know
in
that. but-
28
But
fights?
I can tell you, but in a streak of 4 years, like if
Also-
you're not being taken down, you're not losing rounds.
your
Khabib doesn't get taken
Anderson
down.
Silva debate, I thought so, so I checked to make sure. You say they're fighting at the same time, different weight classes.
Yeah,
One
but
weight class
they-
might have better competitors than the other.
Yeah, but they still were dominant in their divisions. at
yeah,
the
but
same
if
time.
you have nobody in your division,
I mean,
you
I
can't
guess.
say this guy that fought nobodies is just as good as this guy that fought all the greats.
I mean, I get that. I get that. But I think you're missing the point of with all these UFC people leaving, Khabib's like fights. Yeah, he can dominate everyone he steps in the ring with now. But if he it is best that he did all his best winning up front.
Mm-hmm.
But it will impact him negatively if he stays longer when there's no one there.
I don't think it will because he's already done it.
Yeah, but at that point,
Because I've already done it.
We'll be
You've already
10
seen
we'll
me
be
do
10
it.
years into this podcast. You'll talk about how great he was in the beginning, but just couldn't keep it going because there's no competition.
Not at all.
Nah,
We've already his
nah.
wins. We've already seen him do it.
Nah, I don't know, man.
You don't. That's when you stick to wrestling.
Bingo, bingo.
You know who beat the greatest? That guy that pretended to do it, John Cena.
I'm not a John Cena fan like that.
They just gave him
I
all his
like
titles.
John Cena when he was like the Thugonomics guy. When he was like the
I've
heel.
always hated John Cena.
Really?
He's always a cuck. Yes.
Where was his? Here is his first fight.
Listen to these. Poirier, McGregor.
I've just pulled it up. Poirier, McGregor, Iaquinta, Edson Barbosa, Michael Johnson, Rafael dos Anjos. Real good men.
Out of those you ran, I know two of them.
You don't know
Oh, there's
Rafael.
some
Who don't
stats.
I
you
know him.
You don't know
and I know
Iaquinta?
McGregor. Yeah, I know.
You
McGregor.
don't know Dustin Poirier?
My boy?
You don't know Michael Johnson?
I mean, listen, like you're
Yeah.
talking about a time period where I haven't been watching UFC because my favorite like UFC people retired.
It is rare that you get a fighter that has beat the top 5 in his division.
Yeah.
And Nurmagomedov has beat the top 5 in his division, and in those 5 fights, he lost a round against top 5s. He lost a round.
But what next? He's gonna have to move weight division.
He don't have to prove anything.
He's
done it.
He's gonna have to move weight division.
He was about to fight Ferguson.
Yeah.
But he messed up scheduling. And Ferguson's one of the best right now.
He beats Ferguson and Gaethje. And there is no argument for him being the greatest of all time.
And then at that point, he will have to move weight divisions because that will
I
be
don't
the
have
argument.
to do anything because I've already proved it.
But that's the
done.
UFC's argument about everything. Like, is whenever you dominate that weight division, oh, that means you're better than the division you're in, so it takes away the value of your fights.
Not at all.
No, and that's why people move divisions.
Not for in the UFC. Mighty Mouse, you keep going, up.
Mighty Mouse was always called the pound for pound greatest of all time because he dominated 125. So he dominated.
He stayed number one pound for pound by UFC for a long time. Then he got beat and they trade him out.
And this weight class is a whole hell of a lot better than 125s.
Yeah.
And he's dominating.
But you gotta move along. Let me tell you about my UFC knowledge. You know, my uncle trains fighters.
Hey,
I'm afraid of conflict.
There ain't.
I'm not a UFC fighter. I just like to watch the stuff.
Beat Nurmagomedov.
You know, I just do this to get a rouse out of you, right?
Not a lot better.
Like, we should have done this on the last podcast instead of doing it now.
Why did he put this on here? We were being entertaining. We were giving him things, and then he had to pull back the curtain on him.
Listen, because people want.
I'm gonna do that Monday.
Do it.
Every joke I finish, I'm gonna tell them how I wrote it.
Hey, look into the camera, by the way. Share the camera. Just look at it.
Every joke I finish, I'm gonna tell the audience. Well, you can see when I started, this was a premise that blah blah blah, and then when I was on the punchline,
I think people would enjoy that.
No, I think they would. I think it'd be like, I wish his ass would just tell me some jokes.
Oh, he's got the bell buckle!
Go!
Dude, those ring bells, man. Do you like the sound they made when you hit them was just, like not even with the little stick, but like when someone actually hit someone with them was great.
That was great. So when you're young, you're playing the wrestling games, you grab the bell
and you hit it and it went.
You know what's something I've noticed?
Tell us, Ryan.
So
fill us in. Give us the
what's really good about these guys? You know what's really good about these guys who are wrestling? They sell the moves.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here you go. Ricky Dragon sold his back being hurt there, right? Or Macho Man sold his back, and then I don't know about the finish there. I don't know. All right.
And there you have it.
This is a good match. I don't think it's better than Sting Ric Flair.
No.
89. I don't know how people say it's the best match.
No, I don't think I don't understand watching it back. This is not the greatest of all time.
It had a lot of technicality to it.
I think
there's a lot of mentality of wrestling.
I think Stone Cold Bret Hart was better than this. Where he passes out. That match is better than this.
Pull that match up.
Yeah. Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam 93. Better than this.
Hogan and Andre. No, I just have a soft spot for those two.
I think WrestleMania 3 was just like one of the best WrestleManias of all time, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be anything. But yes.
That's right. You gotta move weight class. Best.
What a Jim, man. What a Jim Mo.
Hey, all right. So, in all seriousness, what's the next weight class above Khabib? What's he fighting at?
I think he's middleweight, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's like 155.
Is heavyweight the next after middleweight?
That'll be 175 is the next one.
So, are there anyone in 175 you think would beat him? I know, like,
I don't know if anybody beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got powerful striking, good reflexes, good ground game.
Sorry, we couldn't find Steve Austin.
He also, like, you know, grew up in a society where he had to survive.
Right.
And that's the big thing, right? Like,
that was like did you see the press conference where Tony Ferguson told him, you ain't never been in a street fight? And people was like, what? You're not allowed to fight in the street in America. What do you mean I've never been in a street fight? They don't allow you to fight in the street here.
Yeah.
I fought in the street every day.
Okay, so lightweight right now.
Do what?
2008 to present, he's been a lightweight, but he's a welterweight 2009 to 2011.
He's been fighting since 2008? That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
28? No, baby! What do you mean we don't know what you're looking for?
That's a WrestleMania, isn't it?
Here we go.
Is it WrestleMania 13?
That's not it. In Your House? I thought it was Survivor Series. So, yeah, Survivor Series 96, got it.
It's like 205 Live?
What?
What? What are we doing here? What'd you do?
80-year-old man.
Oh, they're talking about this match.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
That's the WrestleMania 13 one, isn't it?
I thought it was Survivor Series 1996.
Who knows? Are we talking about the one... The WrestleMania 13 is what they say is the best match in their series.
Which one did he pass out? I thought the Survivor Series he passes out. And that's the one I'm talking about. No, this was it. Okay, because Ken Shamrock is a special guest referee, so this is it. Okay. Steroids, boy.
Hey.
No.
Still to this day, like...
Juice!
You see him come out at TNA?
Juice!
I really enjoyed the UFC documentary, Into the Lion's Den, though. I enjoyed that documentary. Still, though, like, that's a guy you still wouldn't pick a fight with in a bar, though, right? Like, I mean, he looks like he could kill you, legitimately.
He looks ridiculous because of all the steroids.
No,
like, look how oblong he looks.
Yeah.
I get my arms down.
Boy, it must be exhausting.
To be that.
Also, that big, if you're fighting, all you gotta do is last a little longer than him. Yeah. Burn through his oxygen.
If I can last the first round,
I think he like hit so hard.
If he gets his hands on you, you may be in trouble, but you just gotta be quicker than him.
And that ankle lock, man.
Yeah, people that big don't make it in UFC anymore. Because now there's...
It's a technical game.
Yeah, no. I mean, I last 5 minutes, you're out of gas.
Yeah.
And I'm going to beat you down.
Well, that's why people like the heavyweight division so much, though, is because it's like 5 minutes of just raw punching and someone gets knocked out, right? And that's what people like about it. That's why people don't like watching all these technical matches. Like Khabib, people don't really like watching him because
they don't know what they're watching.
Yeah, that's exactly
They don't know what a masterpiece they're watching.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Ooh, yeah.
Tom Brady on the golf course.
Nah, Peyton Manning on the golf course.
Peyton Manning can't take nothing home without Tiger Woods.
That's right. He ain't nothing.
Except nationwide.
It's on their side.
No, it ain't.
Man. So yeah, we switched over to
Steve Austin. Series? No, this is
WrestleMania 13. Steve Austin versus Bret Hart, Ken Shamrock, the special guest referee.
Steve Austin, billed from Cleveland, Ohio.
How great would that be?
I can see him doing it.
Bang! Out of Cleveland, Ohio, Steamin' Steve.
What was the storyline behind this that made Ken Shamrock be the referee? Wasn't there something behind it? Like
he probably didn't have anything else going on.
No, like weren't
he's got to keep order in this match.
Wasn't the feud between Austin
I think the last match was a DQ, and they're like, somebody's got to keep order in this match. These two men are out of control.
And they chose Ken Shamrock.
Yeah, because he is just hella cut like Kuzma.
But now fast forward 96, fast forward to 3 years later. Who do you pick as a special guest referee to keep Steve Austin in line?
Goldberg.
The Undertaker. I think is the only person you even could, because if in '99 if you were like, somebody's got to keep Steve Austin in line, Ken Shamrock would do it. Everybody like, fuck out of here.
So, was Ken Shamrock wrestling yet for the WWE at this time?
Yeah. Dang. Is that would you agree or disagree with that? If
they were
like in '99, they were like, Ken Shamrock's gonna keep him in line. Everybody, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, wouldn't you think it'd be a great bar fight, Ken Shamrock versus Steve Austin? Wouldn't that be a good
Steve Austin's probably a better street fighter.
Good APA style bar match.
Ken Shamrock looks like a guy that's been too much time at the gym and works Foot Locker.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a referee. He looks like a Foot Locker employee.
Yeah.
Can I help you, boys?
The guy works Foot Locker and loves steroids.
Yeah. Can I help you, fellas? No, I'm fine.
Look at the referee's technique here. He's going. He's doing like UFC refereeing, right? Or what? UFC was around this time, right? It was.
Yeah.
Who was the big thing at this time? Was it like Pride?
Yes, Pride. I think.
Like.
But yeah, I mean, he was in the first few UFCs.
Yeah, he did those. He did those like different. I used to like the way they did the UFC things, like the little Iron Man tournament.
Yeah, well, they would do tournaments and you would fight a couple of times a night. They just kick somebody.
Yeah.
Watch out. He's trying to catch Bret Hart from fall when you see the fat guy in the front row. He's like,
the old giblets.
You didn't save him, fat man. What are you doing? He is about to get out of here.
Dude, look at this guy.
Who was that?
Oh, wait a minute. That's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I can't remember his name, but I know him.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Which one?
The guy with the earring.
The guy right here. He's a wrestler.
Yeah. I saw his earring in his face. Like, wait a minute.
Oh, he was a manager.
Yeah.
Was he a manager for the Wild Samoans?
I think so. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, Sharon was like, wait a minute, I know him.
He's stomping him. So, how much of this match, like, how many of these punches do you think were not pulled?
A lot.
Because I think they hated each other legitimately, right?
Yeah. Do you think it was a thing with Coca-Cola for him to grab the Coke cup and drink
Captain
it?
Lou Albano.
Yeah.
That's who that was.
He managed the Wild Samoans?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. I didn't want to feel stupid, you know. So they put Captain Lou right there, huh? That's great. Look at this guy's face just getting in the camera. That's it.
Oh yeah, as soon as I saw him, I knew it was
Wait a
him.
minute.
And y'all say y'all wrestling fans.
And here I was just picking on him as a front row guy. Oh, he's ready to get out of here.
Think of how crazy it was to get in the
Look at that
crowd
guy.
during this era, right? Like, you know, this is like pinnacle ECW era, so like people love crowd interaction. And these guys. Imagine if this little kid got punched in the face right now.
Is that a Briscoe? No,
it looked like him.
Yeah.
Oh man, this match is way more entertaining already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hit him with my NWO shirt. God, look at this earthquake.
See, this is a sensation match. The other one's a pure wrestling match.
This one's all emotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other one's emotion was within the interviews.
Boy, I would hate everybody putting the damn hands all over me.
Yeah.
You know, when people just...
Why is that the move?
They won't touch their favorite wrestler.
Have you ever been that guy if you were in the front row? You had to...
I put my hand out, right?
Yeah, but would you ever...
No.
Like, why?
Yeah, especially at my size, the person might be thinking I'm trying to assault him and then, you know, get punched in the face by the heel.
I've never understood why that's a move for another grown man to...
I gotta touch him. I gotta be part of him.
Calm down.
Yeah.
That's like when you go to a NASCAR event and you push your hand through the cage.
Hop out of the car.
I touched it!
Yeah, look at this camera guy. Looks like a referee. Ah!
Huzzah!
That
He
spot
does
did not
look
live up to
referee.
the age, right?
Look at Captain Lou.
Look at that random guy in the gray windbreaker.
That's about to run.
Yeah.
Ooh! Those had to hurt, right?
Yeah.
Like, just going shoulder first in that thing.
Had to.
Like, how do you pull up enough to hit that thing, like hard enough to make it fly like
You take
that?
your lumps,
Dude,
baby,
you see
make
the,
some good.
They had the guy from the mob over here. Wait, you'll probably see it when it goes left. Oh, man, they had a guy.
Stone Cold, because Stone Cold said so.
That little fat kid with bowl cut.
Yes. Look at this mob guy. Look at that.
Is that Joey Diaz?
It looks like it.
Joey Coco Diaz in the front
did
row.
you see that spot?
Yeah.
That actually looked messed up.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, what are you doing now? Look at this Austin 316 shirt guy. Look at his little hat
That's
on.
the wrong guy. I wasn't Stone Cold, I just did.
Doesn't this guy look like he would go into a bar to start a fight with a wrestler?
Dawson 316 guy?
Yeah. He looks like a guy would practice doing the stunner on that couch.
I wish they'd show Joey Diaz again. That looked a lot like
I've
him.
been spotting him all night. He was probably in prison at this time.
For robbing a
There he
whore.
is.
Can we look up young Joey Diaz?
Just imagine a fat Italian.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a little darker.
Yeah, I don't have that olive complexion. But
Well,
my
she's
grandma,
Cuban, isn't he?
my grandma's Italian. She's like straight white, like ghost white.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what part of the boot you're from.
They were from the southern portion. Like the villages.
Because I thought the south part was the darkest one. Where's Sicily?
Maybe we're in the north.
Ain't that the security guard right there?
That looks like him.
Ain't that the security guard right there?
Oh, yeah.
Security guard in this.
It's kind of like Ross Geller. If you
was like Andre the Giant kind of.
Kind of again.
Well,
Come on,
he
turn
just
around.
cleared that whole section right there. Everybody's up on the great barricade.
That is him. The security guard in the WWE match. Where was this at?
Look at the psychology. Oh, did you see that? What a great psychology. Like Austin, Shaman's like, you want to quit? And he comes up and just double birds him. See, I love this style of wrestling. Like Bret Hart style.
This is a good match.
Can I level with you guys?
Yes.
When I was young, I didn't like Bret Hart. I thought he was
He
overrated.
always seemed like a cuck to me.
Yeah.
Like he was never a good
His little
guy.
jacket,
He always seemed like a schmuck.
But
to me.
you hear all these stories after the fallout of the screw job.
He was
it made it seem like he was a good guy though. Like he was really in the business for Vince, kind of like the Undertaker.
I think
he
he sold his brother upriver after he died for Vince.
I always thought he was a cuck.
Okay.
Because he was always the guy like,
Here's Cam.
I'm most important. I'm not putting anybody over. I'm in this to be the champion.
Do you take this match, or do you take Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon ladder match?
This easy.
You think so?
This.
Yeah, it was one of the best ladder matches of all time until the Hardy Boys came in.
Well, how many ladder matches did they have before then?
There was a few in between.
Not enough to.
1, 2, 3
But
Kid
it was
versus
too
Razor
easy to
Ramon
be the
was good,
best
too.
because they were like.
Shawn has had a lot of the greatest matches, but also can we just make a callback to 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, the greatest ladder match of all fucking time. Ric Flair on top of the ladder.
You ready? You ready? You ready?
What?
The greatest.
The greatest moment in WWE history, I'd say.
Television
everybody was like,
oh,
what did
killed
he
that old
just do? What did he do? You just threw him off a ladder.
Well, if
I feel like that was everybody's reaction.
Yeah, everybody's
like, what the? Whoa!
He killed a man.
The way, especially you watch it and he lands on his, he lands his knee curled up. He's like, oh!
But also, if you can't hang, don't be 60 years old doing that.
Look at that ass. Give us another kick.
Thick.
Solid muscle, baby.
I will eat your leftist ass.
Like corn on the cob.
I will. I'll do it.
Oh, the main event for this pay-per-view was Undertaker versus Psycho Sid.
That was a good match.
Yeah.
That's somebody lost to the Annals of History, huh?
Yeah.
Undertaker, that is. If you ain't down with the Sid, you ain't down with the Kid.
I feel like Undertaker's on my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, 100%.
Billy Gunn defeated Flash Funk in Free For All.
Give
Headbangers versus the Godwins versus the New Blackjacks.
This whole card just sounds awful.
Yeah. Give me a reason. A good reason, Ron.
Rocky Maivia and the Sultan versus... Rocky Maivia versus the Sultan.
That the Undertaker shouldn't be on Mount Rushmore.
He definitely should be.
Thank you. Okay, good. I thought somebody here didn't have one on Mount Rushmore, but good. We all do.
I mean, what... for the totality... I mean... There's a case you put him on your Mount Rushmore for the 90s, but you don't have him for the 80s, or you don't have him in the 2000s. Like, if you didn't like the...
But see, no matter who was on top, no matter what was going on, when those lights went down and that gong hit, people knew what time it was.
Ooh, you know what match was on this one? Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Goldust.
Oh my God, I think that's a good match.
Yeah, that match was,
That's a really good match.
Yeah.
Also, you can tell it's fake. He sat there a long time and looked down with the chair and just...
You know who, I was listening to a thing Stone Cold did on his podcast that he has, and he was talking about he's talking about what
everybody has a podcast nowadays, don't they?
He was talking about what it feels like to stand in the ring and watch the lights go down and the gong hit.
That'd be insane.
And watch him walk towards you in the ring, and he's like, nobody has ever had an entrance like that. He's like, there's nothing else like watching him come towards you.
Oh yeah, I've seen that from multiple.
He's like, there is nothing else like it. Just the walk that he had looked like he was gliding to the ring. It was just nothing like it.
You know what the tag team title match on this pay-per-view was? Owen Hart and the British Bulldog
Nice.
versus Vader and Mankind.
That'd be cool.
Mankind should be on Mount Rushmore.
I think it should be.
Not
yes.
according to Ric Flair.
Shut up, Ric Flair doesn't like him. Ric Flair
Yeah,
has
see,
a grudge
and
against him.
hang on. I will say, I think he probably deserves to be on it because he was entertaining. He did a lot for wrestling, but that's where Ric Flair's come from. That he was a glorified stunt man.
Yeah.
He didn't do the technique. He just fell off of stuff and got hit.
Yeah.
Hey.
I see both arguments, but what I'm saying is, when you go to some of the greatest matches of all time, use half of them.
But wasn't he just getting beat the whole match?
But
Where's the technique?
he could make a guy.
He could put someone
He
over.
made people.
But yeah, I was gonna say personally,
And still
if
able
we're
to
off-
main event.
Like, let's talk about Edge after WrestleMania 22, after that hardcore match. Let's talk about Triple H after Royal Rumble 2000 when he pedigreed him on the thumbtacks.
Well, Triple
Let's
H
talk
has
about-
always been a good
Let's
one.
talk about Randy Orton after 2004 Backlash.
He didn't have to make Triple H.
Let's
I'll
talk-
stop you there.
He didn't make The Undertaker, but let's talk about after he threw him off that Hell in a Cell.
That match was great.
Because I'll say, if we're on Mount Rushmore like that,
Oh,
it's
look.
a personal thing.
Hey, look, it's Stu. Hi.
Yeah, that's all.
Let's talk about Shawn Michaels after him and Mankind's In Your House match.
You know what the match
My
after-
personal Rushmore, since you want to throw them both under the bus, he didn't make them.
Yes,
The motherfucker got beat with stuff. Triple H, Shawn Michaels are my personal one. I mean,
Triple
I
H,
like Shawn
favorite
Michaels
thing.
on
Triple H,
Like a favorite thing, like
Oh, yeah.
who you like.
Triple H and Mankind's feud was huge for Triple H.
Yeah.
He
It was
had
also
a
huge
fine
for Randy
name.
Orton.
Randy
Yeah.
Orton needed it though.
Yeah. You know what match
Triple H,
follows
that's
this?
all name.
They did a good buffer. He had a Chicago street fight with the Legion of Doom and Ahmed. So Legion of Doom and Ahmed Johnson versus the Nation of Domination for Root, Crush, and Savio Vega, and then you went to the main event, Undertaker Sid Vicious.
Like, what he did is he gave people. He made it
was
look
the
like
mark
people
on
had a.
it.
He made it look like people had a mean. Like he made. You could see people's mean streak. He could see like he could make people look mean and badass. Like
Yeah.
Mhm. He was the Mark Hunt of the
after that,
WWF.
you're like, man, Randy Orton can get mean. You're like, man, Edge can get mean.
Yeah.
Like he made people look mean. He could make heels because they were just unmercilessly whipping his ass.
As
And
he
you're
would
like,
let
oh,
him beat him.
Jesus.
Do you think he enjoyed it so much because that was his thing? Do you think
He
he had a weird?
has said in interviews in his book that it's not his thing.
I hope not. He makes
He's
his
like-
life powerbomb into taxi.
He's like, a lot of people say that I'm a masochist, but I'm definitely not. He's just not my thing.
Mm.
He's like, it hurts. I don't enjoy the pain. It's just not bad enough to make me quit. It's never been bad enough to make me quit.
Well, other than being an author, what was he falling back on?
Ooh, I had a teeth. I
I had a teeth.
I had a teeth.
I had teeth come out my nose.
I had 2 teeth pulled.
Yeah.
And numbing fully work on this. And she gave me one. Some reason something was going on where like she would somehow she would give me a shot, and like it was numb to where I
Look at his little
couldn't.
tuxedo, looking classy.
I could feel the needle go in, right?
Yeah.
But she would start pushing down, and medicine was hitting my tongue. It felt like it was going the whole way through.
Oh.
I was like, what is this? It shouldn't be going on
Should've
my
told her.
tongue.
You should have let her put you to sleep.
Nope.
Go being pansy.
So she was like, so the last time, I think on the 3rd shot, she gave me, we waited a couple minutes, and she poked me with the thing, and she was like, can you feel that? And I still could, so I was just like, yes, fine, go ahead. And I let her pull the tooth.
And then whined about it.
Look at this blood, man. This blade job here.
And then they used a butterfly needle on this vein at MUSC to fill, like, there's the big tubes, like the red topper, and there's another one. You're not supposed to use a butterfly on a vein this big or a tube that big. The suction will blow it. You're supposed to use, like, there's 2 different types of needles. Butterflies go in like hands and feet, small veins, and the big ones go in veins like this. And the way the tubes are vacuum sealed, and there's a needle on both ends of a butterfly needle. And when you pop that needle in to then, like, how blood's flowing here, because it's like there's no air in it, it's vacuum sealed. When you punch that hole, it starts it starts sucking and it fills with blood. So if you use a butterfly needle, it's so tiny and it's sucking so hard through that small needle that it'll like blow the vein. It'll collapse the vein.
What do you think about
And it hurts.
What do you think about this blade job here?
Isn't that what it's supposed to look like? Because he's supposed to pass out from blood loss.
I thought that I read that he did like way too much than what it was supposed to be.
Oh, I'm almost at what I think is called the bloodiest match of all time. Because I'm watching through all of wrestling.
Okay.
I'm in 2004, and I am almost at 2004 Judgment Day. The main event being JBL and Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah, the like.
And he cut himself way too deep.
Yeah.
And it was to the point, I think I heard that Vince McMahon was back there considering going out there and being like, all right, this is enough, stop it. Because he cut himself way too deep, and he bled. Like, it looks like you're watching a man bleed to death.
That made JBL, right?
Yeah.
That was it. It made
And
Eddie Guerrero was one of those people who could make a superstar.
Oh my God. And he could do it with technical skills. Mm-hmm. He could do it with a good wrestling match. Where Mick Foley did it with you beating my ass.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero gave you a good wrestling
match. This is actually a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Oh, you watched that Eddie Guerrero match? Like, I've just seen clips from it. It looks like you're watching a man bleed to death. You're like, Jesus Christ.
I just donned the proverbial crucial mask. Not nothing for Ron. He's too deep in thought over there.
Oh, he didn't like that.
I'm just enjoying.
He didn't appreciate that too much.
enjoying this match, man.
Well, we are doing a podcast here.
Yeah.
We ain't just watching a wrestling match.
Oh man. Oh.
But that's one of those things. Like, if he doesn't pull at the right time, I mean, he will be down like that. Like at that point, like, you ever been kicked in the balls?
Oh
like
man.
That? Like, have you ever been kicked in the balls like that?
No.
I mean, it makes you feel like you got crap. Like, it literally makes you feel.
I have hurt up into here, where it's like I've had it hurt almost up into my ribs. Like
on the football field one time, getting a game, a defensive lineman. So we downset hut. Defensive lineman comes up and just hits me, full on.
Why didn't you fight him?
Well, I mean, the next play I also did that to him.
Good.
I mean, there's a bunch of back and forth like that on the football field, and man, it just makes you feel like you crap yourself. You have to, if you ever, like they say the best thing to do is you jump up and down. It kind of helps it reset down or something. But like, you get hit like that. There was an army.
Could you imagine having torsion?
No.
There was an army back in the day, like civilizations ago, like 2,000, 3,000 years ago. They trained their warriors to suck their genitalia up in their body. So because in war, you were almost naked at that time anyways.
Yeah.
Like, your man parts was a target. So they learned to withdraw them up so they wouldn't be.
Have you ever heard of torsion?
That's when the
cords
get
wrapped around each other. Could you imagine having torsion?
I don't want to.
You know what they have to do?
What?
They have to untorsion.
Oh my God.
Then.
Are you asleep at least?
I don't know.
They got a whole post you got. They put it on you, did he?
I can tell you when they're pulling like. He's got
the cable! My God, what's he gonna do? What's he thinking?
Okay, yeah, surgical for testicular torsion is usually done under general anesthesia.
I hope so.
Yeah. You imagine sitting there and be like, no!
I mean, if you weren't under, it put you under when it started, I'm sure.
Testicular torsion repair.
He's got the Twizzlers around his throat.
Is surgery to untangle or untwist a spermatic cord. It just sounds awful to have a torsion.
Oh yeah.
And it can come from like kicking or hitting, like you hit them and they fly up and wrap around each other.
Like a tetherball.
Yeah.
Oh, is this it? Or is this a false finish?
This is it. Yeah, this is the one, baby. That's the famous shot.
Yeah. Well,
no, that ain't the famous shot yet.
It's like whenever he's like pouring out. This is about to be it right here, I think.
Look at all that blood.
Because he lifts up and it just starts coming.
Yeah. Right there.
That's
it.
The famous shot.
Oh! Dude, it's pouring out.
one of the greatest shots of all time. Him lifting up and it just
Look at that, dude. What great psychology, though. The facial expressions, the... Oh, he lifts up one more time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's it! There it is! Ah!
Look at Ken Shamrock.
That's the shot. That's the shot.
Look at Ken, man.
He's not going to get close to that. You ever thought also his name's Kenneth Shamrock?
This is definitely in the top 5, if not the greatest. Shoo.
Bret Hart's got the Canuck crab on him.
The Canuck crab.
Look at that crab.
Dude, there's so many good shots from this.
Indeed. Like that one of Ken Shamrock yelling at him.
Or him up against the ropes when he was bleeding. Oh!
Oh.
I gotta get out of here. It's getting too much.
Man, look at that shot, dude.
Yeah.
Ken Shamrock didn't really do a good job at keeping him in line.
No.
The point was that they kept hitting the other referees. And if they hit him, he would get back up, you know. Something like that.
Because their referees are made of paper mache.
Daniels, right?
I mean, this match has to be in your top 5, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's so good.
Sorry.
All right, so I think we can wrap this up at 46 minutes here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to the bonus episode of the Walrus and Comic Podcast. Sports Report. We went over
him watch wrestling.
Yeah, you got to watch us watch wrestling and then talk about UFC as well. So some bonus action there. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it, and check out us next week.